This video is called Taking Back Your Power by Way of Forgiveness. So a lot of people may not want to hear this, but I'm not necessarily saying to forget. I'm not even saying to reconcile, you know what I'm saying? Hope I said that right. But, when you are holding on to this anger, to this bitterness, to this, wait till I see that person, wait till I see that nigga, you know what I'm saying? When you are holding on to that, they still have a piece of your energy, and they're still living rent free in your mind. You know what I'm saying? And, for me, one of the ways had to start forgiving people is, on a very basic level, I had to start saying, well, they only human, and because of our situation we are in as a people, what we're going through, we're not in the proper conditions and we're not in healthy environments and in the household, in the community. So, a lot of times our parents, the people around us, we're all trying to make best of a crazy situation. We don't look at it as crazy. We think it's normal. So that was one of the ways I began, to enter that like gateway of forgiveness, and you really, really and truly, the forgiveness that you really need to do is with your parents. Then you got to forgive, people who have done you wrong or done certain things. And as hard as it might be, and you're not forgiving them like, you deserved it. Forgiving them because you're still holding on to that. You know what I'm saying? You need to let it go so you can get that power back. You know what I'm saying? Because it's holding you back. Your heart is closed off. So when your heart chakra is closed off, you're not open to receiving new things. Let's say you were hurt in a previous relationship. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it very mundane. Let's say you were hurt in a previous relationship. And now, you like, I don't want to date again. That was just too much. That person cheated on me. They did me wrong. They stole my money, whatever it might be. You holding on to that will be the thing that may block you from, finding the love of your life, being able to start a family, maybe, whatever it might be, finding a good friend, you know what I'm saying? Because you might just be so closed off now, and what you want to do is get to a point in your shadow work where you can let that go, where you can say, man, I'm no longer going to hold on to the anger or the pain that I have, or the resentment or whatever it might be towards this person. I'm going to let it go, and that doesn't mean, let's say if someone like was physically abused you or something, that doesn't mean that, you're forgetting about it, you're going to call them up, you're going to be friends or whatever it might be like that. That's not what it means. It means you're letting it go because you want to get to a place of understanding, which is in the heart, that, maybe that person was physically abused or something. You are trying to get to a place of letting it go because it's like you're walking around with a book bag full of bricks. And the forgiveness helps you start to unload these bricks. One of the things my mom used to always teach me growing up, when I used to be mad at a certain person or questioning like their actions or whatever they may might be doing, she would always be like, but you have to understand how that person gets to that point. She's like, nobody is born a serial killer. Nobody is born, abusive. These things usually happen to them, and it's a repeated cycle until someone is strong enough to break the cycle. Like, she would always put that in my mind, and that place of understanding that she's talking about is in the heart. So it's like that same person that was abusing you, when I start looking at it like, damn, how was that person being abused themselves? And I almost start feeling bad for them. Regardless of what they was doing to me, they could have been beating the shit out of me. And it's like, I almost start feeling bad about them. And then I'm like, damn, they was me at one point. And that's what makes me start to forgive. And then I start to be like, I got to be the person who can't carry this on. When I used to have problems with my little brothers all the time watching them because I refused to hit them. I refused to even yell. So, they swinging from the chandelier or something. I'm like, hey, man, you got to cut that out, man. Come on, man. Come on, that's not nice. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like what I was going, I feel like what I was going through sometimes in simple situations, the way that we was getting cussed out, I don't want them to experience that. So, and all I'm trying to do by saying this, because I don't want to go too deep, like this is a topic that could really be like 2-3 hours long, but I'm trying to just, give you the intro. You don't want to be walking around with that book bag full of bricks, because when it might be time to run to a situation, you're going to be weighed down. And entering that gateway of forgiveness is when you start to get rid of those bricks. You know what I'm saying? And I got to make another video about this, but when we are still holding on to these things, there's something called a chakra cord. And we are tethered to these people. You know what I'm saying? And until we cut the cord, they will always live rent-free in our mind, whether we realize it or not. They might live consciously in your mind, where you're thinking about the person, the situation, or the thing. Or they might live subconsciously in your mind by way of your actions. So back to the relationship thing. You either going to be thinking about how they were cheating on you, or you're not going to want to date nobody else because of how they were cheating on you. So one is in the mind consciously, and one is your actions. So when you unload this book bag, you know what I'm saying? Then, you're going to be able to run to new opportunities. You will not be weighed down. It's going to feel like energy coming back in. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're going to be powering up. And it's all by way of forgiveness. And what this also does is help you open up your heart. You know what I'm saying? Because when it's closed off, you can't even make the right decisions. A lot of things can't be done in life properly when your heart is closed off. You know what I'm saying? So this is just a intro video. I'll definitely probably do more on this. I might even have someone like an expert or something like that really give details. But take back your power by way of forgiveness. You know what I'm saying? Forgiveness is a gateway that you want to open up so you can open up your heart. And when you open up your heart, you're going to be opened up to greater possibilities. You know what I'm saying? You no longer have to be weighed down with the burden of feeling angry and feeling resentful and stuff like that. Be open to letting that stuff go. It's not forgive and forget. Don't forget that. It's not forgive and forget. It's not let's go be buddies and pals. You know what I'm saying? But you just don't want to hold on to it anymore because it's not serving you in a positive way. Anything that doesn't serve you in a positive way in your life, you need to get rid of.